Welcome everyone. Hi everyone, good afternoon. I'm Zsuzsa Kecsmar from Antavo, one of the co-founders of Antavo, and it's so nice to see that already so many of you joined this call, and the attendee number is growing as we speak. Till we wait 1 minute to make sure that everybody arrives. You can write here on the chat on the right where you are from, if you wanted that, where you are joining us today. It's here in the chat where Josh just sent a very nice welcoming message to everyone. Or you can also send it to the organizers only, whichever you would prefer. You can do it now if you want. And I already see some names and then some messages coming around. There is Simon from New Zealand. There is Olivia from Sydney. There's Chan from China. And then it's nice to see that people are joining the call. The report, the APAC Customer Loyalty Report 2022 is out tomorrow, but you will get it today after this webinar. This webinar will be recorded and it will land in your mailbox just soon after this webinar. This has been a huge project for our entire team and partners. We started it like months back, and it involved a lot of loyalty experts, and we interviewed 325 corporate respondents from all over the regions, and we analyzed 25 million loyalty program data points, and then 6.3 million is from the APAC region. So this is quite a report that we put together. I'm so grateful for our partners too. So let's see who we will have in this call today. I would like to welcome our expert panel today. And there is AirAsia and Mapp Digital, and also our own people from Antavo. And for those who just arrived, let me introduce myself again. I'm Zsuzsa Kecsmar, co-founder and CMO of Antavo. Our guests, our expert panel today is Shawn Chan and Wai Fong Ong and Joshua Beale. And then I would like to hand it over to the three of you to introduce yourself, starting with Shawn.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shawn, VP of APAC at Antavo, based in Singapore. I've been in the retail and loyalty space across Asia Pacific for the last 15 years, and I had the opportunity to work with retailers, FMCGs, and hospitality groups across the region. Today, I'm very honored to have the opportunity to sit alongside with Wai Fong from AirAsia and Joshua from Mapp for this discussion.
And then over to you, Wai Fong.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Wai Fong from AirAsia Rewards. I'm the Chief Loyalty Officer of AirAsia Super App. Well, my role basically to work together with the team to enhance the rewards membership experience with innovative product offering, and also through the partnership while driving the members' engagement for the members. We have a vision within AirAsia Rewards, really is to democratize the AirAsia points by making it a universal digital points, loyalty point currency that accessible to all members. On our daily job, we leveraging on the big data and also machine learning, and through the effective lifecycle management of our members, we deliver personalized targeting and tailored experience for our members, and also help our partners to grow their brand exposure to our loyalty program.
Excellent. Then over to you, Joshua.
Hi everyone. Afternoon. I'm Josh Beale, looking after principal accounts over here at Mapp from Global Retail and CPG. What does that entail? Well, that means I'm working with brands on a daily basis, helping them with their digital strategies to enable their first-party data and connect all those dots. So bringing together all of those users, and then channel execution across email, mobile, web, and again taking all that loyalty data and then executing those comms to the audience. So yeah, looking forward to presenting today.
Excellent, thank you all. Just to share some technical information with you, this is a live webinar right now, and you will be able to ask questions during this webinar. And this is what It will last for 30 minutes, plus there will be a 20 minutes Q&A. In the first 30 minutes, Shawn will share with us the state of the APAC loyalty programs. Then we will share top 3 learnings from the report, and then top 3 ways on how to take action. And we plan to finish in 30 minutes. But while we are talking about all these things, you are welcome to ask your questions. And on this GoToWebinar panel that you have on the right, you should have a little label called questions. And if you open that down, you are able to type your questions in there to any of our presenters, and we will answer them after the 30 minutes. If you left at 30 minutes, no problem. This is why we designed the webinar like this. And if you want to stay, you are welcome to. So now I would like to hand it over to Shawn to talk about the state of the APAC loyalty programs.
Thank you, Joshua. So let me first introduce what really stands out in the APAC program. We have some really interesting findings to share with everyone today. There are 2 distinct insights that distinguish APAC from the rest of the world. 30% of respondents offering a loyalty program feels that their loyalty programs as more emotional than rational. This is almost 10% above the global score. Next, 86% of loyalty program owners recognize the value of no-code technology, which means marketeers does not need to have coding or IT backgrounds to change loyalty rules, execute campaign, or view program performance via the dashboard. Now, having said that, there are some catching up for us to do in APAC. In terms of catching up, we only have 42% of program owners that are satisfied or very satisfied. They claim that their program contributes to sales, deliver great ROI, and is popular among its customers. This is about 14% less than the global average. Only 58% of respondents offering loyalty program reported that their organization measures ROI, which is 10% below the global trend. This probably implies there's room for improvement in their existing loyalty program, or either they are not tracking the ROI, or they need an easier tools to help them track the ROI. Well, let me hand over to Joshua to look at the first poll.
Yes, because now we are sharing these top 3 learnings from the report, and it should start with a poll. So basically, your opinion, we are very curious about your opinion. And now I'm launching a poll. It will appear on your screen, and you are welcome to cast your vote to give your answer, because we are curious about your own experiences on this webinar. And the question here is, do you plan to revamp or update your loyalty program in the next 1 to 3 years? So you can select one of the following, either yes or wish to, or no. And then please cast your votes. Click right now. I see already the numbers are growing so fast. 58% of the people voted now, 65. Now I'm closing the poll and sharing the results. Wow, it seems that on this call, it's even more represented those people who plan to revamp or update their loyalty program in the next 1 to 3 years, right? It's nice to know all these things, and let's see that what is that we learned from surveying all these people in the industry. Shawn, then.
Well, I think we have more people that's looking forward to change the program than our reports. So in our report, 66.7% of existing program owner claims that they were likely to revamp the existing loyalty program in the next 3 years. This is quite a high number. I think we have a more higher number in this audience today. So what could be the reasons behind it? Well, I think one of the reasons is the low satisfaction rate within the program owners. APAC scores below the global average in terms of satisfaction. This may suggest it's very ambitious and the standards are very high in the region, or the competitors are constantly upgrading and improving themselves. However, it is more likely that companies wish to revamp their program in order to improve upon it. This implies to some of the satisfied program owners as well. So maybe let me take this opportunity to ask Wai Fong. Wai Fong, pleasure to have you here today. I know AirAsia is one of the well-known programs in APAC. Can you please tell us more about the program?
Okay, thanks, Shawn. Sure. let me just share a little bit about the AirAsia Rewards journey. I probably will see why is the reason the majority come out to be saying that there's a plan to revamp the program in the near future, right? AirAsia Rewards, formerly known as Big Loyalty or Big Rewards, has a history of more than a decade when we started off in 2010 as a frequent flyer program. The reason being, actually towards the whole journey, the loyalty program or the AirAsia Rewards has been actually constantly looking into improvement and enhancement. It's a continuous progress whereby through the program, we shape the program according to the dynamic business transformation, actively listening to our members' needs, and also the deep understanding of the consumer behavior needs towards the journey, and trying to enhance additional features and provide innovative product offerings to make the members to be more engaged and be the loyalty advocates for the brand. So which is why I think it's not only about revamping in terms of not satisfied with them with the loyalty program. It's more on the constant enhancement and improvement of the program. We started 2010 as a frequent flyer program. 2 years later, we introduced a co-brand card, which is AirAsia credit card, whereby enable members to able to spend and earn points from their daily spend within the cards as well. And then throughout the journey, we moved beyond flight, not only enable the members to be able to earn points through flight, we have also introduced big deals, which is now known as AirAsia deals, enable members to also do their redemptions, not only in terms of flight redemption, it will be onto our catalog redemption as well. And then if you look at follow AirAsia news, even the business has actually moved so fast and diversified from the core airline businesses, introducing the digital businesses in the space of all the e-commerce, e-hailing, food, grocer, health, and all variety diversified of businesses within the AirAsia Super App. The programs has now shaped into move beyond flight as a comprehensive lifestyle program for our members. That you can see the transformation and the constantly enhancement or revamp of the membership program that helps us to take to where we are today, providing members a daily essential lifestyle. Today, members can also earn across when they spend on the AirAsia Beginning Ecosystem Super App. They will be able to earn points across all the businesses. But if you're looking for beyond the AirAsia ecosystem, through our partners, we have a huge network of our partnership, over 300 and above partners that we have, cutting across travel, financial services, the lifestyle brand. That has enabled members to earn points and redeem their points towards the wide variety of businesses into their daily lifestyle. Another innovative product, would I say, is that, hey, as to act like a universal point hub for our members through the constant enhancement, is our AirAsia Exchange platform. It's a universal point hub, like a highway for members to actually pool the rest of their spreaded loyalty points, converting them into AirAsia points instantly on this platform. And then they will be able to maximize their saving by using AirAsia points onto the rest of the businesses when they do redemption. So that's how we, our humble journey through for more than a decade, constantly enhancing. And we also have a plan to still revamp our program, especially in the near future.
Well, thanks, Wai Fong. That's a lot more. I think you have done a lot for the program. But it's also great to understand that AirAsia Reward Program is designed with your members in mind, listening to them, integrating their lifestyle, delivering greater user experience, and also looping in all the mentioned 300 over partners into the larger ecosystem. So maybe having said that, let us look at the next poll.
Exactly, and the next poll is related to investment into the loyalty program, and it's valid for those who already have a loyalty program within the audience. So our question to you right now, do you plan to increase your investment into customer loyalty in the next 1 to 3 years? Meaning that, do you plan to increase the level of like funds that you are investing right now? If it's more than it was in the, or it will be more than in the previous years. So you can select one of the following: yes or no or not sure. People are voting now. The poll is collecting responses, and now I'm closing the poll and sharing the results too. It seems that 74% is planning to increase investment into their loyalty program, 7% no, and 19% is not sure. So let's see what is the number that we found in the APAC Customer Loyalty Report.
Well, that's very close, 78% versus 74%. So 78% of respondents plans to increase or significantly increase their investment in loyalty programs over the next 3 years. This finding strengthens the statement that loyalty program plays an important role in APAC business strategy. We have 30% of respondents offering a loyalty program classified their program as more emotional, which means they're offering experiential rewards such as referral, social engagement, active lifestyles, than the traditional transactional loyalty program, which Wai Fong has also mentioned about integrating lifestyles. This is also a 9.6% above the global average. APAC companies may seek to stand out by focusing more on engaging programs that focus on experiential and emotional rewards. Maybe in the next question, let me ask Joshua. Joshua, you have great experience and have worked closely with global retailers and CPG brands. What do you think, what's the reason behind the interest in investing in customers' loyalty, especially emotional loyalty models?
Yeah, thanks, Shawn. So from what we're seeing, that loyalty really does create that kind of deep connection with consumers, and this emotional tie really helps you to think of that brand first. So when you're in a scenario where you've got a choice between brands, if you're already working and ingrained in a loyalty program, you're probably more likely to go and redeem or shop or purchase with that loyalty brand. And we call this kind of phrasing around like cognitive resonance. You're already thinking about that brand without thinking that you're thinking about that brand, right? So it's quite an important tie, and this emotional connection that we have with brands, again, makes us think of that brand first. And what does that mean from a retailer or a CPG perspective? Well, that gives you the chance to increase that kind of purchase frequency, and that will then drive into like a raising of your AOV with that consumer on a yearly basis. And this will help you ultimately try and take more market share and increase your revenues. But loyalty is also more than just an online or an emotional connection. It does also transcend online and offline. So this kind of tie that you can have to the customer wherever they are, they can think about your brand. And as Wai Fong mentioned, spending on their daily basis, for instance, with the credit card in all their different purchase journeys, they're still thinking about AirAsia rewards, right? So this is a great connectional tie that you can have, and you can really be part of their kind of daily lives through the loyalty program.
Thanks, Joshua. I think you mentioned a few very interesting keywords: connective, emotion connection, create deep bonding, top of the mind recollection. I think all this results in both increase in the purchase frequency. So you actually make the customer spend more both online and offline. So let us take a look at the next poll.
And this will be our last poll too, and it's related to technology. So those of you who have a loyalty program right now, are you using in-house or third-party loyalty technology? You can select from two choices, either in-house or third-party. Please cast your votes now. It seems that people are voting. I stop talking now. But I'm closing the poll right now and sharing the results. It seems that 43% of respondents use in-house technology and 57% uses third-party technology. Naturally, our last third learning will be about loyalty technology.
Well, I think we are not too far off again with the result 43% versus 48.5%. So it's almost half of loyalty programs are managed by third-party vendors. and the remaining are managed in-house. This closely also aligned with the global average. So almost 86% of respondents whose company offering a loyalty program or plans to launch one in the next 2 years plan to equip marketing team with the right tools to be self-sufficient and reduce dependency on other teams like the IT team. This is a 9.5% more than the global average. Furthermore, APAC companies make it evident that they want to have the best technology out there. They desire to equip the marketing team with the right tools, including like a no-code capabilities to make the daily life more efficient. This seems to correlate with previous findings, where upgrading marketing technology ranked as the most important plan, with 30% of participants planning to invest in it. Yeah. So let me also ask Wai Fong the next question. Wai Fong, what are your experience when it comes to loyalty technology? What kind of advice would you like to share with our audience today?
Yes, Shawn. Yes, to the question in terms of whether to have a no-code based loyalty management program, it definitely helps in terms of the speed to market when the program owner or even the marketer wanted to craft and configure the different business rules and logic, as we often are not saying that, hey, looking into improvement of the program to cater to the member needs and the partners or even the evolvement of the technology or transformation today. Definitely a no-code based loyalty management system will help. But of course, it's also essential to have a in-house technology team with us that especially on a tech and data company like Super App and also Rewards, AirAsia Rewards. We often are not looking into the mobile first strategy by looking into a better user experience to the members. Therefore, other than the no-code based loyalty management system, the enhancement of the features onto the mobile, the user front, the user experience, that will also require some of the capability from the in-house tech team to often research on the best user journey and experience for our members. Nonetheless, the other piece that if you talk about a loyalty program in terms of life cycle management and communication wise, which I think Josh will be one of the experts that talk about personalization later. Personalization and in terms of communication, we always incorporated that kind of personalization user experience to the members. In terms of content based, in terms of targeting tailored onto the needs of the members, those will be also come handy when you have a MarTech automation tools, particularly when you go into multiple digital assets for you to reach out to the members. Collection of data from the online and the offline basis that will give us a wide variety or robust of information of our member needs. That's where it helps in terms of the combinations to provide a holistic loyalty program to the members.
Well, I think you kind of summarizes it, if I could use the word, as experience, because from your team perspective, no code would means it's a greater experience for your team member without having the IT background. From your consumer, which you mentioned about the mobile first personalization of content, which also kind of makes it into a holistic kind of experience. Is to provide an experience both for your in-house as well as your consumer. Josh, would you also want to share some advice?
Yeah, of course. I think it really does follow on quite nicely. So from a kind of marketing execution perspective, it's so important to have the kind of right data in a real-time fashion. Here at Mapp, we work in the kind of cloud basis around customer data platforms. So it's taking all of that data into a kind of technology place where you can execute across channel. And Wai Fong mentioned about the importance of mobile and mobile app. Obviously, this is where your consumer is day in, day out, holding their mobile phone and transacting and doing everything through this single device. So it's about being able to communicate in the right time with the right data. So it's really important that your technology allows you to pass this data in real time and then communicate and automate in the best fashion. So whether that be on mobile push, in-app messaging, again, all different ways that you can reach your customer. And you also need to understand what is your best channel for your user as well. And we also see that this also works across a few different kind of touch on, and that gamification at heart. So there are ways that you can really embrace your customer through gamification and quizzes and engagements that, again, by taking all of this data in and executing against the user from a marketing perspective, you really do understand how they are engaging with your brand. So I would say this is not just a APAC challenge or an APAC concern, it's actually a global concern where you do need to tie up your kind of loyalty data in real time into your marketing execution. And yeah, of course, think mobile first, but also think about automating those journeys so you can leverage all that great data you're collecting through your loyalty scheme.
All right, excellent. Thank you, Josh, Wai Fong, and Shawn, to describe all these learnings from the report. And then we would like to finish up the presentation part of this webinar with the top 3 advice on how to take action. So if people want to actually take action, then how to do that. And first, I'd like to ask Wai Fong, and please talk a bit about this action number 1, which is continuing on the path of emotional loyalty.
Yeah, so in terms of emotional wise, just how we mentioned a little bit more onto the transactional basis conversion, how do we use the personalized targeting and real-time basis to bring more value into a brand. Of course, in terms of to drive member engagement, it really come onto the emotional ties to the brand, and also some of the examples that we can quote. If you see the cute little rating over there, waving to you, holding the AirAsia points and also the credit cards, is our Biggie. His name is Biggie. Is really a points guru, helping us to provide tips to our members into how they can accelerate their points earning. In return, that translating into a huge saving for members when they engage to a loyalty program like us. And of course, then you can also see we introduced the gamification on the screen, which we call Biggie Wonderland. That helps to also engage a member not only in terms of monthly engagement, essentially into a daily essential for them is a daily engagements kind of gamification we introduce to the members. On top of all the emotional ties, like you're talking about a frequent flyer program, we're providing the unique selling proposition of the VIP access, pre-sales offering over to the members, and all these are really taking the program together onto more on the emotional bits to cultivate the kind of daily behavior of our members. And of course, into the future, we are still looking into taking this to enhance it with more better experience and emotional loyalty, inclusive of some of the mission-based, probably more on the mission-based to reach a certain goal for our members. So stay tuned for more things that are coming under the AirAsia Rewards program.
So nice to hear this. So amazing examples for emotional loyalty. And I think it will bring us to our second action, which is setting clear goals for your loyalty program. Shawn.
I think one particular noteworthy finding is that fewer APAC companies are measuring loyalty ROI. This may be an indication that due to the crowded nature of the market, loyalty programs are viewed as more like a hygiene factor. Like everybody has it, I would also want to have it. So in order to have a clear view of the program performance, companies should also work out how to measure the KPIs or any type of program, be it emotional or rational. If the program fails to meet the established KPI, don't be discouraged. There's always a potential for turning the neutral satisfaction into a positive one by changing the loyalty program structure, introducing new rewards. You know, Wai Fong has talked about a lot of interesting things, incorporating lifestyles, or maybe even incorporate some of the technologies, to make the system a more real-time, more personalized, and a better one.
Oh, I clicked so many. I'm sorry about that. And actually, as you just talked about technology, Shawn, this is our third advice: pursuing best-in-class marketing and loyalty technology. Josh, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Zsuzsa. Yeah, so in terms of the technology, it is important to make sure when you are looking at your technology solution, you are thinking of not only today's needs, but also looking to the future as well. So you've seen from Wai Fong the great example of constantly building and constantly innovating on your loyalty program. So you need to think in a kind of modular way. Obviously, this does help if it's kind of a no-code, low-code type solution, because you're able to kind of build out of these type of activities in-house without that kind of overhead of your IT infrastructural cost that can build up otherwise as a result. And also, there are a number of different kind of technology features that you need to have at the stack. So we did discuss or touch on a little bit around personalization as well. So that's bringing this data in real time, and the understanding that you have on your customers with a loyalty program is so huge. So being able to bring all of that together in a straightforward way with your marketers at heart who are running the program, and they can really go and make those tailored offers and recommendations to your user base as well. They do consider a pure play loyalty platform, which obviously does have these features at their heart. And then obviously from a CDP and execution perspective, we would also advocate for kind of bringing that into a kind of joined up technology there to make sure you can execute those journeys in real time.
All right, thank you, Josh. It completely resonates with the whole product strategy of Antavo. So it's also nice to hear that this is what you're thinking too. And then I think that there is a general understanding in the world of technology about that. And with this last action 3, I think we are done in terms of the presentation part of the webinar. And here I would like to encourage all of you to ask your questions. Because we have Shawn, Wai Fong, and Josh, who is able to answer these questions today. And on the right, there is this control panel that you have from GoToWebinar. And if you click to the part which says questions, you can type your question there. And I received some questions already. So let me see. There is a question for Joshua, and it's coming from Jing. In my opinion, personalization is very important and everyone talks about it. Can you give us some specific advice on how to do it?
Yeah, great question. So personalization really does kind of span a whole different area to a lot of different marketers, but with the type of data that you're receiving into your loyalty program, the kind of next best action is a really good way to go into the kind of personalization view. So see if you have some technologies available to yourselves to really understand the customer. Maybe that's AI or machine learning type activity, and then you can go and give them those recommendations, those cross sells, those upsells, the ability to recommend products or point redemption methods that you can take them to the kind of next level. So you can look at that individual customer, see where they are in their points building strategy with your brand, and then go in and personalize those recommendations or products or experiences potentially that you may be offering. Make sure that that's kind of tailored to your individual. And then also the rest of the program that you are collecting. So even the basics, things like their first name, their loyalty points, their loyalty card number, all these different type of data points you have available. So you should be able to personalize those back to the customer in your marketing communication. And again, that makes it feel more like a one-to-one relationship rather than a kind of a mass program that's going out to all. So a few things on personalization there, but I would drill right into the kind of the products, the recommendations, and the next best action, because that will always drive the most value to the users.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. There is another question coming from Arlene, and this will be to Wai Fong. Wai Fong, if you were to add a new gamification feature to the AirAsia loyalty program, what would it be and why, if you can tell? This is the question, so Wai Fong.
Yeah. I think I'll briefly touch upon the gamification that I spoke about. It will be taking it to the next level in creating the mission-based kind of gamification onto a member's to reach a certain goal in accordance to the different personification of the member segment. Say, for example, if someone's really keen on travel, you probably need to reach certain goals on a missions to reach a goal, and then it probably gives you some additional benefits onto travel space. If somewhat that into more on the essentials or lifestyle base, then you probably need to do certain actions to reach a goal. So that will be something that will in our mind. And I'm also not neglecting that given the hype of the metaverse in today's context, probably one day we are looking into that space as well.
Excellent. There's this third question coming from Sherik, and this is for Shawn. Shawn, is there a hard divide between an emotional and a rational loyalty program? Is there a way I can have both?
Well, it's an interesting question, but I think, in my opinion, rational loyalty and emotion loyalty have to coexist. Rational loyalty is effective when it comes to rewarding your customers for their purchase. This is also like a very traditional when you engage with a brand, you purchase. Well, when you look at emotional loyalty, it's good for brands to constantly engage with the customers in order to build the connection, which Joshua has also mentioned earlier. So it could be through different media, it could be like social media, and this also builds the top of mind recollection, which also helps to build the frequency as well as the lifetime value, lifetime spending of your customers. So in summary, they have to coexist, in my opinion.
Okay, excellent. And there is another one from Tushar that I think it's also you, Shawn, who can answer the best. Does it make sense for a coalition loyalty program to outsource the technology development?
Well, to build it in-house, it might take a long time. It's very challenging. If a technical or a technology provider has already got the technologies, has got the platform ready, so it allows you to have a go-to-market faster. It also looks at the various integration, the touch points, the pitfall, the business rules, in terms of like how you earn the points, how you burn the points across different vendors. So I think it does make sense to look at a technology provider, so in order to go to the market faster.
All right. Here is a next question, and another question that I think can even be answered together because these are quite related to each other. With a low frequency, and that's Arushi asking, with low frequency transacting industries, how to offer personalization and get them back to our platform to have a higher customer retention. And there is another question that I think would very much be connected to it. And that's also from Rushi, so I see the point why these two questions are connected. Hi, can you please tell me what engagement and personalization can happen for the automobile industry other than gamification? Because yes, this is why I thought that these two questions connect, because automobile and low frequency, these two are the same things. And for example, one of our clients is BMW, and they do run the Inside Edge loyalty program. And this is exactly their case. When you don't buy a BMW like every second day, it's pretty much low frequency purchase. And in fact, they are engaging corporate car drivers. So they don't even buy, but they make a request to their team that I would like to drive a BMW. And this is what they would like to extend to the user. So if this decision comes up again, then they would choose a BMW again. And in that example, they do all kinds of things that is happening in the driving journey. And what these things can be, like when they are driving, they can listen to these audio trainings in the car, or they receive coupons to drive through coffee shops, and then so their driving experience will be more enjoyable. Is there any one of you, Josh, Wai Fong, or Shawn, who would add to this?
Yeah, happy to add a little bit. I would say when there is that kind of infrequency of purchase, I guess you would look into that partner network, as you just kind of mentioned there, those kind of ancillary products, the other kind of touch points that you have, which can really enhance that experience with that single brand. So you mentioned gamification. There is that kind of social aspect. So if you can become and get your members to be that real brand advocate for yourself. So if you can maybe reward social sharing or refer a friend type style activity through social engagements or Instagram, or the experience that they've just had, that extra mention of your brand can be valued, for instance, by yourselves, and obviously you can spread awareness to other users that they're having that similar experience. So yeah, I definitely look into the ancillary market with driving partners, for instance, but then also maybe outside of gamification, maybe looking a little bit more at the social rewards, and then even just engagement with your comms. So you could either reward clicks on an email, for instance, or opens for a respective kind of channel or a mobile push message. Like, it doesn't have to be points and spend means that the points there. So you could reward engagement via either the marketing channels that you're putting out or social as well.
All right.
Just allow me to add on a little bit onto that. When Josh mentioned about the partner network, I think the other bits that you can work together with AirAsia Rewards, loyalty program like us that have wide variety and robust of database that were able to help tap into our member base to segmentize a certain segment of the members would be also keen and interested into the BMW car purchase like us. That's also providing another way of reach through the rest of the partners or loyalty program.
Yeah. So if I also add a point, so apart from all this mentioned, we can also talk about education. It could also be content. So BMW could also share about what is the latest technologies in terms of the car. It could be the safety. It could also be sustainability. You know, as long as your consumers are engaging with you on the brand itself, it doesn't always need to be a purchase behavior, or it doesn't always need to be an event. When they come back to do their car servicing, only they get rewarded. But as long as they are reading content, they are engaging with the brands, they can also be rewarded in similar ways.
All right, excellent. There is another question. Most concepts discussed in the webinar are B2C. I would like to know some important points while developing a B2B loyalty program. So which are the traits of B2B loyalty programs? Maybe Shawn, do you want to start to take this?
Well, I think there's a big difference between a B2B and a B2C loyalty program. Usually B2C loyalty program, most of us will be quite familiar with. Whereas a B2B program, you will probably need to identify, you know, the different channels. It could be your distributors, it could be the retailers, and then getting to your end consumer. So along the channel, what kind of structure that you're going to put in place to encourage, you know, the entire supply chain to participate in the program. So how are you rewarding your distributors if your distributors are, you know, promoting your products? And then from your retailers perspective, you know, if they are helping you to onboard consumer, can you also reward them? Can they also be part of the entire program to make the entire supply chain successful? So it's you got to consider more channels based on what I felt. I hope that answers the questions.
Yeah, I think so. There's another one coming to Wai Fong. Wai Fong, you must work with a large team to manage such a great loyalty program. Can you tell us more about how your team is built up?
In fact, if you're looking at it, the current structure is really covering mostly across all the teams or structure of organization, covering from a commercial partnership team, which is often reach out to our partners to offer our programs. They would be sort of like the hunters to actually keep enlarging our partnership network, supporting our own ecosystems line of businesses. And then other than that, like we talk about the tech and data, of course, then a tech team is very important. We also have a data team covering in terms of analysts, data scientists and engineering by collecting all the informations of our members in terms of transactional behavioral data. And then we also have a LCM or campaign team together with our marketing team looking into communications, content-wise and digital to help manage not only AirAsia ecosystem rewards, but also partners rewards as well. And then the rest will be also very similar. We have finance, we have also important governance and a fraud team because loyalty program could be also very important in looking to in terms of some of the prone to vulnerable in terms of any fraud detection and whatnot. And we have this team to often govern the membership accounts security, and also of course, then the operations team, which is also look into the daily memberships questions in terms of their points, and also the merchants onboarding as well. And also not to forget in terms of our legal advisor, also to advise us on to all these legal matters. Yeah. So basically, it is very really like a organization covering across all the functions into a loyalty program. Yeah.
It's so nice to listen to all these things because it really, loyalty is really like so interdisciplinary within an organization, and when done right, it's all over the organization. And what you just said, it just really proves that. And there is, I think, our last question today, as we are wrapping up in 3 minutes. How would you say, what are the differences? What are the key differences between emotional versus rational loyalty between B2B, B2C, and B2B2C? So hybrid businesses, maybe Shawn, you are the right person to answer this question. So what are the key differences between emotional and rational loyalty in B2B, B2C, and B2B2C?
Well, it will not be very big differences. I think in the B2B, it's more towards, how do you constantly engage with your consumer? So that's more of emotional. So we have so many of the modern social media tools today. So we have like across APAC, every countries will have their own social media tools. Like you have your TikTok, you have your Zalo, you have a WhatsApp, and then you have Facebook. It depends on different channels. So emotional will be like how you manage to engage your consumer on the social media platform, how you manage to engage them into your lifestyle, like the day-to-day kind of a lifestyle. So day-to-day lifestyle in I think Antavo, we are pretty proud to. That means we have apps we integrate with Strava. So we form a part of the quiz. It could be challenges like if you are able to run or exercise 3 times in a week or 5 times in a week. This forms up the emotional of a B2C. But when it comes to a B2B emotional, it's more towards the brand kind of collections. Are you kind of interacting with the brand daily? Is the brand communicating with you? Is the brand showing the advantage? It could also be talking about, what does it care for as a brand? Does it do this corporate social responsibility? Or, is it reinvesting into their product? Is it reinvesting into the company? So those are the emotional aspects from a B2B's perspective. I hope I kind of answered the question for B2B and B2C for emotion.
This is excellent. And now I have just some switch up with the slides here, I think. And because I wanted to bring us to our final slide, which is saying thank you. Thank you for your attention of all these people attending this webinar. And also thank you very much, Shawn, Wai Fong, and Josh, to share your expertise for everyone on this call, and also not on this call. So everyone who registered to this webinar, you will receive the recording of this webinar and the actual APAC Customer Loyalty Report today. You can expect it into your mailbox, and we hope that you will be able to use it to your best advantage to upgrade your loyalty strategy. And if you would ever need a technology, then you could definitely consider our technology, Antavo's technology for that. Thank you very much, Josh, Wai Fong, and Shawn, and everyone attending. So bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.